Hey, what is up guys, Flare Neos or Yuya Clown Dragon. Today I'm going to teach you how to duel. It was suggested by Yuya Tomato or Yuya Potato. There's so many Yuyas out there that I don't care at this point. I'm included. Alright, so we got, first I'll explain the map, the field. People have plain mats, that's because they know the field by heart like me. But let's see, I just bought this super starter today. So let's start with the basic zones. The field spell zone. I don't have a field spell to show you because I utterly hate those. But we got the fusion, the field spell zone, which it has a field spell. It stays there in that particular zone. You can set it in that zone and things. I'll have someone else explain that later. His name is Alito Official.
What?
We got the monster zones. You get to, well, you put a monster there, or a pendulum monster there, or the special monsters, which I'll teach you about later. I'm just explaining zones right now. You got your graveyard. When a card gets destroyed, you put it in your graveyard. We got the pendulum zones. I'll tell you about those in a second. We got the extra deck, which is your XYZs, your synchros, and when your pendulums are destroyed, your pendulums, and what's it called? Your fusions. I don't run any of those. Spell and trap card zones, you get to set a spell and trap card. And deck zone, obviously where you put your deck. Okay, so we'll start the phases. After you decide who goes first, usually high dice roll, we got the draw phase, draw one card from your deck. Soon they're going to change it to, well, tomorrow, they're going to change it to person on the first turn doesn't get to draw. Standby phase, only use it when a card mentions it. That's pretty self-explanatory. Main phase 1, you get to normal summon once, or a set monster once, or you can play a spell and trap card, or set a spell and trap card as many times as you want. Battle phase, this is when you make your attacks. You can only attack once per monster. Main phase 2, you get to normal summon if you haven't, and you can play more spell and traps. End phase, it's the end. And then, it's your opponent's turn.
Did you go over the pendulum zones?
Alright, so I'll explain the pendulum zones up next, and I'm going to have Alito record for me. Alright, so the pendulum zones are the most complicated. Once you get to know them, they're easy. But, so let's start with those. Alright, so we got the basics ones right here. So far, these are the best. Then again, these are the only two that are actually out. We got Stargazer Magician and Time Gazer Magician. Stargazer Magician has a pendulum, a blue pendulum one and a red pendulum one. Its effect reads when if there's a magician in the pendulum zone or an odd eyes in the pendulum zone, it stays at 1. But if there's not, it's a 2. It's a 4. Same goes for Time Gazer, but he's an 8. So what you want to do is
show the pendulum blue things. Let's show them to the camera like this.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see if we can focus it. You got 8. You got 8 on the other one.
The same one as 1. But okay,
right.
So Johnny, relax.
I just want to.
So what you do is you want to set each monster in your pendulum zone. They can be Mystical Space Typhoon or when Heavy Storm was out, Heavy Stormed. But so now since they're both in the pendulum zone, you get the difference. So 8 subtracted 1 is 7. So you can get a level 2 through 7 monster on the field.
That's a little bit complicated. It's basically just the numbers that are not on the thing, and you can't go over or lower. So like since 1 through 8, you could go 2 through 7.
And you can special summon that monster, that level, but you can summon any that turn. So say this is my turn. I have these out. I can activate.
And you can only activate them if there are no monsters on the field.
No, that's only with Time Gazer.
Oh.
You can only set them. But you can activate. You can call the pendulum. You can get Odd Eyes Dragon. You can get Gaga Gaga Girl. You can get that guy. You can get Aether. You can get Ultimate Shield. It doesn't matter as long as
you can get your whole deck.
As long as they fit the whole level requirement. All right, now let's go over normal summoning. First turn, you get your draw phase. Then you get to normal summon a monster. I've normal summoned a monster. That's your normal summon. Or you can do this. I set a monster.
There are no special occasions to know, like...
There's these things called special summoning, which I'll explain in a second. Alright, so there's these spell cards now. You can Supply Squad. You activate it. It's a continuous spell card. It stays on the field until it's until it's get targeted by an effect that destroys it. Then you send it to your graveyard.
Or until the end of the turn. Or not until the end of the turn, until the end of the duel.
Then there's quick play spell cards. You can activate them from your hand on your turn. Or during your opponent's turn, you can activate them if they're on your field.
You can't activate them if you set them that turn.
And then and then there's trap cards. So trap cards you set and you can't activate them the turn you set them.
Same thing with quick plays.
There's counter traps, which they have a specific effect that they automatically counter it, and then once they get done with the counter, they get sent to the graveyard unless otherwise. Then there's continuous. It's just like a continuous spell card, stays on the field as long as it says.
And there are specific symbols to show if it's continuous or not. Let's see if the little symbol right after the word card symbols that it's a continuous trap card.
The continuous is an infinity in a circle. The quick play is like a little lightning bolt in a circle.
Let's see if there we go.
The counter trap is like a arrow curved in a circle. And then I don't have one, but field spell is like a star.
Yeah.
Alright, then there's synchro summoning. You have a monster in your extra deck. It's a synchro monster, Michael. And its level is 7, and it requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner light monster. Or more light monsters. Then, alright, so say you have these two on the field. That's a level 3. This is a tuner, level 4.
Let's show that it says tuner, because you always gotta be specific.
If it doesn't say tuner, then you cannot get them out.
You cannot synchro summon.
Then, so you get that. Level 3 plus 4 equals 7. You can sync. These get sent to the graveyard. Then you get your Michael out. Then there's things called XYZ summoning. Say you have 2 level 4 monsters. You can get... Sorry, it's in a fancy card sleeve. You can get a monster that says 2 level 4 monsters. So boom, boom. You have a rank 4 XYZ monsters. These cards don't have levels, so if there's something like
Burden of the Mighty.
Burden of the Mighty that says any level 4 or whatever monsters.
No, it's every monster loses attack equal to its level.
He doesn't lose any attack because he has a rank. Then there's the battle phase. So say my opponent has